If there's comments, you can
Nah,
throw
just
them
do
up there and interrupt
Have
us and
the
say,
meetings,
hey,
then
this
you call
person
the
commented
comments,
this
call
and
the
it's
routine
relative
there.
to what we're talking about.
Gotcha.
Polls of debate.
I seen that on
And then another depository.
like when they doing live feed with most people when they pay
Yeah.
like $5 they
Yeah.
get.
Called the retainer.
That's what we want to do, but I don't know how to do that.
Okay.
I mean, I figure it out, but
Just
Ok,
the
at whatever,
estamos,
the
no
at
puedes
whatever
bloquear.
podcast,
Te distrae todo el
the
pedo.
at whatever
Che,
podcast
voces
does that.
bien chafas
Okay.
estas gentes.
Sí.
Yeah, I forgot what it's called.
Yeah,
Baja el
so
volumen
Because
a ver.
these people always bring like these girls on here, these modern girls.
Yeah, that's the at whatever.
Yeah.
Mm.
They just had a conversation and didn't say many words.
you guys seen the party bus? ¿Cómo se llama? The something bus.
All girls gone wild? Uy, se le va a parar la cola al papi. El papi. Yeah, last time cuando estaba aquí Gabriel,
It was
something
going.
was shaking, he stopped mid-conversation. Literally,
I stopped
Gabriel,
everybody.
yeah, Gabriel was talking about something, he just stopped and we're all like, what's going on? Literally, we were all like moving shit, trying to figure out what was cooking.
Yeah, we're live.
Oh, we're live.
Y'all don't run the entrance show thingy?
The intro, yeah, we already
That's
did. I already went
The
through.
viewers already saw it and everything.
Damn.
And we're live on Good Friday. Yeah, we are live.
Are we?
We're
Yeah.
definitely live.
So were we live during the troubleshooting?
Yep.
Yeah, we just run it. Okay. Alright, audio sounds good. Check, check.
Oh.
What happened?
You don't have to say check, because you're already listening to it.
No, like I'm checking off so y'all know that I have confirmed. The audio's good.
Roger that.
Roger that. Well, it's Good Friday today. Does that change anything?
For who?
Y'all, for you? Is Good Friday different than any other Friday, or Friday the 13th?
That's two different things.
Two different things.
Yeah.
But does the Friday mean anything different?
The day Friday, no, but the Good Friday, yes.
So do you do something different today that you wouldn't do on any other Friday?
I try to take off.
Try.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
That means I try to take off the day off.
So you just try, and then if they're like, no, you can't.
Do you-
Exactly.
Yeah, well, at least I tried.
Yeah,
That works.
that's exactly how it goes.
And what do you do on like Friday the 13th?
Friday the 13th has no importance.
Nothing at all? It's just another day?
Yeah, that's just another day, yeah.
I try to take that one off too.
I try to take Good Friday off on Fridays. So what is Good Friday?
What is Good Friday?
I'm asking.
I'm asking you.
I have no idea. I know it's like you're not supposed to eat meat.
We're losing people left and right.
No, they're liking it. They're saying
Okay.
good questions here.
All right, so thanks for having me, guys. Thanks for the proper introduction.
You're welcome.
Are we done?
Yep.
That's it. Alright guys, well welcome back to another episode of Living the Dream with Luis and Ray. Today we got the homie back in here. We planned this was booked 3 weeks in advance and he was gonna be here.
Per usual.
Usually,
Like dog years, right?
dog years isn't it like 1 day? No, 1 week is a dog.
That's what you
What'd
said.
you say?
1 week is 1 week is a dog's day. 1 human week is 1 dog's day.
Isn't that the other way around?
Yeah, I think it's the other way around.
1 dog's day is 1 human week.
No, you just said the same.
Right.
You said the same
Right, I
thing.
said the same thing backwards. You said it was backwards, so I said it backwards.
You just changed the dog from the front to the dog in the back, but same information remains.
Exactly, that's what you said.
No.
Backwards.
Have you guys introduced young Jamie?
Yes.
What's your name again?
Dwayne.
Dwayne. Yeah. Sorry, man.
It's all
horrible
good.
with names. Have you guys introduced him to the show?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, and he's mic'd and he'll be sharing information as well if he ever gets in.
Okay.
I'm curious, we'll jump in there. So can we figure out what is it? Is it one day? Is because no voy a poder dormir.
One human day is a dog's week.
There you go. That sounds more like it.
Yeah.
What? The other way around, dogs would be outliving us.
Yeah.
Some of them are.
Oof.
Like that. One human day is equal to 7 dog days.
Well, that's different information than what he said. He said 1 day is a week.
So it's a week, not 7 days.
It depends where you're from or who you are. The guy said he lives 3 days in 24 hours.
That's stupid.
I like how you like calmed it down. That's stupid.
It is. Alright, so what do you guys want to talk about today?
Today we're gonna talk about, I wanted to talk about Good Friday, but that got shut down real quick. So we're gonna talk about you today. First of all, your shirt.
So Good Friday is the day that Jesus was crucified.
Mm.
And then Easter is the third day, when he rose.
He is risen, that's why they do
Yes.
this.
Mm. So today he was put on the cross.
Correct.
So yesterday he was running down the streets to get to the cross.
I think so, or I think it was today.
The same day.
Yeah,
Same day?
Same day.
Same day. So today is when Peter said he didn't know him.
Right.
Did you do your research before coming on the podcast or what?
No, I've been paying attention in church.
Yeah, you should. This is the primary.
It's like the whole
That's
main
the whole
focus.
story.
So,
Yeah,
and then
that's-
the
that's-
dinner was last night. The Last Supper
The
was
Last
last
Supper.
night.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm starting to, my train of thought is I have to listen to it and then put it into like my
You
understanding
know what
of
Palm
today.
Day is?
Is that when they do the
No.
ash? No.
That's Ash Wednesday.
Oh.
Palm Day is the day he came in Jerusalem or Bethlehem.
Oh.
I don't know. Jamie.
He's Googling for us.
Yeah, making sure.
Yeah.
Palm
Well,
Day.
Palm Sunday. Yeah.
Wait, so does that mean the misinformation that is provided in this podcast is eventually gonna go down?
Yes, it's gonna go down because we have a live Googler.
Google it.
Proof checking everything.
That's right.
Spell checking.
Let's see. Palm Sunday is often celebrated with a blessing of palm leaves. Nope, that's not right. Some churches have palms have saved and burned into ashes to be used on Ash Wednesday on the next year. Some Christians fold the palm, or I say that word, into crosses to keep them in their homes.
That's more tradition.
This guy has the voice for the podcast. I don't know what he's doing over there. Dude.
Can you switch with me and you?
Ah, no, I can't do that.
But-
Camera shy.
So then they get the palms.
No, Palm Sunday is the day when he was received in the city.
Oh.
When he came in, they knew he knew he was going to be crucified, and he came in the city riding in a donkey, and then they received him with the palms,
Oh, okay.
you know, as they do to kings. But he's
And
just
the
a king.
pilot didn't like that.
Right.
He said, off with this guy.
Well, not him. The priests, the Jewish priest didn't like that.
Because the only thing I really remember from that is what I used to watch on Christmas and Univision,
What was that?
La Vida de Jesus. I know y'all seen that.
Like
one.
the series?
Yeah.
Yeah, the series.
Yeah, but I mean, there's a whole story. There's details down to what people were doing, what he was wearing, what everything meant.
Right.
So, so that's what Good Friday is.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Right.
So why do people not eat meat then on Good Friday?
I don't know.
Can anybody-
It's more of
Do you have are you more you Catholic?
I eat meat.
I eat meat every day.
We just ate meat right now.
Oh, that was meat?
Jamon.
Oh, yeah.
That's
You
even
should bring
worse.
you should bring Theo here. He's Catholic. He would
Ooh.
know a lot of.
Actually, he takes
the
off
the
Good Friday.
tradition.
He eats
Yeah.
coffee.
He doesn't
right now.
even ask for it.
He doesn't ask. He doesn't try.
Right.
It is done.
That's good.
He is the owner and the boss of his life. And he
That's good.
says
That's good.
he is living the dream.
Okay, bring him
Truly,
on. Bring him on.
truly living the dream. Not like here and there.
Oh,
half and
okay.
half.
Pick and choose.
Yeah, not trying.
Mm.
It's either you are or you're not.
You're not the.
A lot of us aren't.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why we're
Yeah,
here.
let's take this down to negative, bro. Why don't we?
Right.
It's not negative, positive.
Yeah. So, are you guys doing anything like special? Are you?
I just got church Sunday. That's the only thing I got.
Church on Sunday.
Church, yeah. I think we might go Saturday and then go Sunday again. So at the Ark, they have 3 services on Saturday and then 3 services, and then 2 services on Sunday. But it's so packed that that's when they do. And then they do the Easter egg hunt. Where did that come from? The Easter egg hunt? Anybody know?
No.
No.
Let's go
Wow.
find out.
I know
Do
it's
you get
like
any special shoots around this time, like family photos shoots?
Yeah.
or-
So a lot of photographers do mini sessions. So this podcast is more business oriented, so I'll approach it that way. A lot of things that
sure.
what?
Sure, it's more business oriented.
There's a lot of business opportunities that come up throughout the year, you know, starting from like, well, there's so many, but just to name a few of like the big ones is like Mother's Day, Valentine's Day, you know, all of them. You guys know all of them. And depending on what line of business you are, you can create specials to bring people in and you know, increase your sales. And by specials, you can dress out however you want. But yeah, all of those are opportunities to bring, you know, awareness to your business because everyone else is doing it.
Right.
I don't really do it a whole lot. Mini shoots. It's basically what a lot of people in my line of business do during those times. They offer specials for mini, and those are usually 15, 20 minutes for $300, $200. And
Those
it's
are,
just,
and those are discounted.
yeah.
So I think as a business point of view, why do the discounts if it's a holiday and you're more than likely people are gonna reach out? Or is it because they don't naturally reach out that you wanna bring them in with the discounts?
Well, the whole idea of the discount is just to put the word discount in front of your price. Because if you're doing consistently $200 shoots, then it's not a discount.
And do you think putting that word discount in front of it will,
Yeah, yeah, it's like the
It's
Aldi
on
commercial.
sale.
Like the Aldi commercial, I just saw it and I really loved it. It's this lady walks into the Aldi store and she's like, "I love y'all sale," and the guy is like, "Yeah, no, this is our prices all year round," and then she's like, "No, this is a sale." He's like, "No, we just have it priced like this all year round," and she's like, "Well, this is a sale." So the whole idea of her thinking it was on sale and him being just like, "Oh no, this is our prices all year round," that's a different approach to it, approach that a lot of people don't really usually take. Most people, to bring attention to them, just say discount or sale or whatever, just because they know people want to hear that. But like I said, if you're consistently charging the same price, then it's not really a sale. Let's just say my regular session is $500, and I call my mini a sales special, and I put that at $200, and my full session is 1 hour, and my half session or my mini session is 20 minutes, then mathematically it's the same thing.
Gotcha. And I ask you that because, so I've been listening to Alex, what's his name?
Alex Jones? No.
Harmosi.
Alex Jones is
Yeah,
the wrong one.
right, so there was one thing where he said where,
Harmosi.
No, Alex Jones, you know who Alex Jones is?
no idea.
Oh, you sure?
Frogs are gay.
You can't say that word.
I'm so lost. But anyways, so he says this thing right where it
Do you know
says,
who he is?
Alex Jones? No.
Oh no, man.
I don't have a dude.
He got canceled.
hopefully next week.
He
we
got
can-
canceled right before cancel culture, so they knew he was going to be the first one. So he was like the test dummy.
We keep it up, we'll be on Rumble next year.
I wanna be on Rumble. Anyway, so,
Which
so
Rumble?
he says this thing, it's like a new YouTube.
Rumble's the new YouTube where you don't get censored.
Okay.
Or,
Oh, nice. Should be on that.
or banned.
We should be on, definitely be on that the way we're
You're a
headed.
fast learner, right?
So he says things like that where like not to offer promotions or sales to new customers, right? And the mentality behind it, or like not to do so many sales because then customers will catch on, right? So if I sell my buddy right here, the dog, for $20, right, and I do a sale and it's like 30% off, then people will then catch on. Then hey, the value of this is not $20. The value of this is 17. And then they'll catch on, so when they come back next time, they're like, hey, I know this isn't worth $20 because I bought it at 17 or whatever, and they'll keep that. You're like almost reducing your worth. But instead of maybe doing sales for customers that are big spenders, that are more frequent customers, because you're saying, hey, I appreciate that you already come in.
Yep.
Here's a discount. Instead of like the new guy, hey, you're new and I want to pull you in, so here's a discount. Doing that mentality.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard that.
Chris Doe has been talking about that for
Yep.
years.
Yeah, don't discount on your first customer.
Nope. Your loyal clients, your reoccurring customers, those are the ones you want to show some type of appreciation for, just to let them know that you value their business. And usually what that tends to do is it makes them want to keep doing business with you and also referring other people towards you.
Right. So that wouldn't be the same as doing discounts on
Yeah,
special
no.
shoots.
Like I said, it's a way to attract people if you want to do it that way. I don't really do it. I just tell them my price is this and it's like this all year round.
So you're like all these.
Yeah, I'm the Aldi of photography. It's just my price all year round. If you think it's a good price, that's the
Yeah,
price.
people
all year
shop around. Yeah, usually people get like 2 or 3 quotes and they're like, okay, I'm gonna go with this one because it's not the cheapest and it's not the most expensive.
Right.
Yeah, at that point you have to decide, do I want the quality, do I want just a more affordable price? We also have to remember that all of our clients are they're not always gonna be in a bad position or in a great position, so they have to shop around in order to see what fits them at that moment.
Correct.
And that's why I think it's important to never treat any of your clients bad, because just because they didn't do business with you today doesn't mean they can't do business with you
Right.
tomorrow.
I think
Yeah.
you covered that last time, that sometimes you've had customers that would come back to you.
Yeah, you
A
refer
year
them to
later,
somebody else.
2 years
Years
later, I've had clients that I'm like, okay, I give them a quote. And
Give them the
then,
boot.
and no, gave them a quote, and then they're like, oh, I'll come back, and I'm like, yeah, sure, I'm not going anywhere. 2
Mhm.
years later, they're like, okay, I'm back.
Yeah, they're ready now.
Yeah.
They're-
But then your prices probably went up. So you guys are in
Yeah,
a little
it
different
depends.
industry
Today's
than I
price
am.
is not yesterday's
Yeah.
price.
Yeah, cause you
Yeah,
guys are
so
smart.
I tell them like, a year from now, it's probably not gonna be the same.
Right. And you have this, I know we talked about it before, right? So Theo has this thing where every year on the same date, his prices go up regardless. And he
That's
sends-
good, yeah.
and
Inflation,
he sends out emails and all that to his customers and say, hey, July 1st, prices are gonna be increased by so and so. So, and what I learned is that he does that because, one thing, right, because throughout the year, he continuously learns more. He's continually taking classes, going to learn more about his industry. And also because, of course, inflation's going up. But he said it's helped him, and even his customers almost appreciate it because they're like, hey, before that date, can I go ahead and book in 6 months worth of whatever they do with him. And he's like, if you send me the check and I get it before July 1st, you're locked in for that rate for this many times.
and then even then, you can offer a discount.
If you
At that
buy
point.
6
Mhm.
sessions, I'll give you the
Yeah.
6th one for free.
Right.
Yeah, like for me, I'm like, okay, we'll do branding, website, and then I'll do 1 or 2,
Friskies.
yeah, of like included. I would say free. They included like a business card or
Did he give you
a
business
template,
cards?
things like that.
We'll keep this positive, you said.
I did.
Okay.
I did charge them.
Must be on the way.
And
Must be coming through.
but you have to do it in a bundle, right? If you
Yeah.
just want to one, and then a couple months later another thing, and a couple months later another thing. It's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, because then at that point, it's taking away time from other projects.
Right.
Versus you taking on this one big entire project at a time and focusing on this. Yeah.
and you don't have to worry about you save on time recruiting and time bringing in leads.
Yeah.
And that you could offer a discount because you're saving on that.
That makes a lot of sense, and people that are business oriented, let's say for example, I learned this very early on in Mexico. Let's say my dad would stop somewhere, and he would be like, "You can buy three for $20, or one for 15."
Oh yeah.
And my dad'd be like, "Well, just give me the one, and then sell it to the other two guys, and then just think it's 3 for 30 or 2 for 30." And then some people would be like, "Okay." So you learn the concept of no, you actually have to. If a customer is coming in, they're wanting to buy it, they're getting that convenience because you're selling 3 at one time.
Right.
Everybody doesn't get that price just because they're buying one and they're saying you can sell the next one to the other customer. So you saying if you come in with one project at a time, I'm gonna charge you for one project at a time
Right.
versus doing this whole big project. It's one big project, but 6 months in between each thing
Right.
is gonna cost you more than the one big project altogether.
Exactly. Yeah, because you have to fill in that time as well with other work, and you have to fill it in with like I said before, we have to fill it in with recruiting, new clients, bringing new clients, leads. That's a lot of time. And if you can save time doing that by taking on this big project, then you can give a discount.
And I think people need to
You still
understand
make
that.
profit.
Some people don't really truly understand that. Like there's a mechanic I had last time, and he was fixing something, and he's like, "Hey, you might also want to check this, right?" And I was like, "Okay, since you have the thing already open, is it the same price if you just go ahead and do that, or what?" He's like, "No, it takes 2 hours." And I was like, "But you already have the engine or whatever, I forgot what it was." And he's like, "Well, yeah, but it takes 2 hours." My thing, he says it takes 2 hours. I was like, "All right, cool. Like, don't worry about it." Then he's like, "Okay, then I'll just next time just come in and then I'll do it." But I figured I think it was a water pump or something, and it was like switching the tube. But he didn't understand. Like, I'll go ahead and pay you for it, and while you have everything there, you're gonna save time, and I'll still pay you the extra, a little bit extra, but don't charge me an extra $120.
I think he just wanted to be fair with you. He wanted to put it back together and then reopen everything back up so you could get every penny's worth.
Makes sense. But
By the way, today's drink of choice is being sponsored by
Gabriel from last week.
Gabriel from last week.
I thought you
last
said the
week's
audio
podcast.
was good. The audio's not good.
Trash. Oh no.
Where's the
This is being sponsored by
We're recording with a potato.
So we are drinking berrylicious
we
tea.
need the USB for this. You just connected it and you just threw it away.
And we'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen. Can they even hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Should we cut it? Should we keep going?
Nah, we'll keep going. In the meantime, I'll explain this tea.
The camera's on you, by the way.
Okay. So, not anymore. Look at this guy.
It's an HD shot right there.
Organic smoothies are cooked at a high temperature with fresh organic strawberries, blackberries, and raspberries.
Where's the USB?
Mixed in, creating a delicious and healthy college drink. By the way, no artificial flavors, no preservatives, and it must be refrigerated.
They can't hear you from the mic.
No?
No. It's picking up the mic from the
From the iPad?
iPad.
Oh. Well, it's okay.
Yeah, that says too far away.
Too far away?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have a USB one, I think.
Oh, what do you guys need?
USB-C to USB.
Oh. No, I left my cables at home.
How much battery does it have?
This has 80%.
Alright, I think I have some.
The wheels on the bus go round and round.
You took it home?
It should be there.
You don't know why?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
For those of you guys at home not seeing what's going on in the background,
Oh, they see it.
everyone's just scrambling to get stuff right now. Ray is currently looking inside the trash bin. Luis is underneath the desk on all fours, just looking for the cable. We got a special guest. Come in.
Nah, I'm
Nah, don't be shy. Come on, say hi.
Can you pull you up a chair?
We're having audio difficulties anyway. They lost the cable, so now we're not getting any clean audio. You should see them. They're like two chickens just,
Trying to figure something
yeah,
out.
trying to like, they're running across each other. Okay. I guess we'll pause it for now and we'll come back in a few minutes. Oh, you guys found it?
Yeah.
Never mind, we're back.
It was in the trash can.
Oh, we got another guest.
Nah, audience. Audience?
You gotta clap whenever we make like a.
Yeah, I was ready.
Okay.
Can we make a joke?
Put it in the chair, dude. Bring up a chair.
Nah, I'm good.
Yeah, we already messed it up anyway.
Hey, you're still holding that 7 That's
that
the
one?
thing.
You
They
see
want
that
to see
one?
comment.
Yeah, they just want to see you scramble.
So what?
That one, we gotta plug that in.
Then I saw her face. I can't believe y'all didn't notice that whole piece was missing.
I don't know. What?
It's not this.
Then what is it?
Out there. I found this.
So this goes into the tablet.
Yeah, we're professionals, guys. Not our first rodeo.
Take that one off.
So throw any questions. What do you guys? There we go.
I told my mom I was going. I'm going to be on TV.
Yours is working.
Mic check. Yeah, I think we're good.
Grab a chair, dude. Just grab a chair.
And we're back.
Yeah.
All right, guys, welcome back to Living the Dream podcast. Today we have. All right, guys. So we're. How would you describe what just happened right now?
We're just gonna call it negligence because the guest wasn't important enough.
Ooh, don't say that.
You guys made me feel like I am subpar to your normal guests, and you guys don't take any consideration for my time, and you guys just played me like a
What happened?
violin.
His feelings
What'd you
are
say?
hurt because we were not ready for him, even
I
though
wanted
he
to
showed
share
up
my
an hour.
valuable information for the world, and it just
Didn't work.
tell him, Dwayne. Look,
Dwayne, you're fired.
I don't want to like point fingers or start any drama, but it looks like they're wasting your time too.
I'm
No, he's learning.
I'm learning.
So we did this on purpose. That way Dwayne knows
Yeah.
what not to do, right? So like things to check for, like this.
I'm over
This
here
is
checking audio, making sure it's crisp.
You sure you want to be in front of the camera?
Nah, I'm good.
Okay.
all right, guys. So what we were talking about before the mayhem before the rock bottom came down and just tore it all up for us.
Yeah,
Was
comment
what-
section said, "Throw me a violin."
Yeah, yeah,
Dang.
dude.
I love it.
I don't know how
I
to do a
need it.
violin
Check
noise.
it.
Yeah, it's good.
Mr. Check the audio.
Yeah.
It's good, right?
Well, we did that earlier, and turns
This guy
out
said he checked it.
Right, but y'all could hear, y'all heard it, and y'all even looked and turned to me, and you were like, "Turn out." So we're talking about discounts,
that-
right? Right, giving
Do
discounts.
you offer discounts, and also what are discounts?
What are discounts?
Right.
Just by definition.
Mm-hmm.
Can we bring up
Sure.
the actual definition of a discount?
About to get an aneurysm.
I don't know what that is.
I don't know. You know, people throw that D word around a lot, and I think in business, you use it. It's a tool.
So,
That's what I was talking about earlier. It's just a tool.
so like in our end, like I'm more in the retail side, right? So I buy products and sell products, right?
Mhm.
So when we use discounts, right, we're gonna use a discount for 420 because it's a national.
It's your national holiday.
So that's-
national holiday, right? So based on that, but throughout the year at the store we do discounts on items that are not that they're not good, but just items that have been sitting for a while.
Just gave himself away.
So the thing is that's the first thing people think about, right? They see discount and they're like, oh, what's wrong with them? We're like, there's nothing wrong with them, right?
They
It's just
don't sell.
in this industry there's new vapes.
No,
There's new things that are coming, and what's cool today, you know, I'll buy 1,000 pieces of certain things that are flying off the shelves, and out of nowhere, a new TikTok comes out, and this thing is cool now. And these products will still keep them there, right? And then they'll be sitting there for a week. And once I don't like to keep anything in the store more than 2 weeks. So I'm
Yeah.
not, the way I run my business, I don't have it where I have a big inventory. COVID helped me learn that, right? Because during COVID, I had a bunch of inventory, and then it was just sitting there.
Did all the things get COVID or what?
Kind of, a little bit. So it once it got COVID went through it, and I was sitting there and had to close. I was like, I have a shelf, you know, I have $40,000-$50,000 worth of product just sitting here. So I learned to try to keep things rolling, right? And then I think, and as I talked to other business owners like Joe's, he said the same thing, right? They would order a bunch of like things prepping, like
Joe's
okay,
Crab Shack.
we'll just say Joe's.
Oh.
And he learned the same thing. So I was like, I think we've learned to not keep so much inventory. So now that's what I do. I keep things on a bi-weekly shipping, ordering. So anytime things sit for about a week and a half, 2 weeks, we put it on sale. Now the customers have learned that if it's on the sale section, they're like, oh yeah, dang, nobody likes those no more. I still like them. So then they'll buy them. So they are happy to see the products that they still like there. And then sometimes they'll come back, hey, what happened to these products? Like, well, now we have these products. They do a little bit better. And it's almost like the iPhone, right? They'll do a small change to the vape, and now it's the cooler thing. Now this one blinks. Now this one doesn't blink. Or this one you can turn the light on or turn it off. This one has a flashlight you can use. This one has a rope you can hang. So I think we use discounts as that to try to keep the inventory going, not really to try to bring the customers in and
You
stuff
can
like
do that too, like with emails and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
I think if somebody opens up an email and they see a discount and they invest their time to go into the store and get 20% off, I think, you know, they put in their effort.
Yeah, so that's why you have calls to action on every email that has a discount.
Right.
I do that all the time. Like I am guilty of falling for that. For example, on prints, whenever I order prints,
The singer?
no prints, like
prints.
yeah.
Okay. Physical.
I order them from this specific place, and their prints are pretty expensive. Sometimes I'm paying, $70 for a 20 by 30 print, but it's really good quality. So whenever they have a
You
sale,
just gave yourself away.
yeah, just that's what we're doing.
Yeah.
So whenever they have a sale, they're get 20% off or 15% off. You want to take advantage of those things.
Right.
So that's how they get me as a customer. That's what we're doing, and hopefully this information can kind of like be utilized by a lot of the people that are watching that want to learn how to, maintain their business, how to run their business. Like I said in the beginning, I think they're all tools.
Right.
So you don't actually discount, let's say, on things that you don't want to sell. They just
kind of went out of style.
Right.
I use the example of the fidget spinners. You know, they were super popular. So if you
Right.
could get your hands on them while they were hot, you made a lot of money.
Right.
But then if you overstocked, now you're selling. Now you're not selling these things. Same thing for the hoverboards.
Oof.
You guys remember when those things were going for like $1,200?
Yeah.
Hoverboards.
The little things you step on and
Oh
you
yeah,
just
I got my son one of those.
$1,300 at one
60
point.
bucks.
Yeah. So now you see like you could have bought them for 50, 60, $100, and the resale value at the time when it was hot was $1,000.
Yeah, it's supply and demand, right?
But let's
That's
say
what they taught you
you
in
bought
school.
1,000 of them and you managed to sell 100, and then the next TikTok trend brought up fidget spinners, and now you have all of those in stock.
Right. Like the pops, like your pops.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean the pops I think are more. Those are continuous because pop continues to bring out certain
Well,
things.
yeah, that's why.
Like pop
But what if
culture.
they
Well,
don't?
why is no? I mean
They're
like
like little
like
monitos.
new shows. Like I'm sure the show we were talking about earlier, the one on Netflix.
Love is Blind.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll start coming up with people on pop. So pop keeps coming up with the new trends.
Is it
Right.
pops
Maybe.
because it's pop culture?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's the name of the.
We have a question from a comment. It says, why buy now if you're going to put on sale next week for President's Day and Pizza Day and Teacher's Day?
That's a very good question, right? So that's one thing that I started. That's why I stopped doing so many sales because, well, one, I started learning more. I started understanding more because first, my first as a business owner was like sell because I want people to come in and sell, but then I didn't understand the concept behind it, right? And where you kind of want to have them maybe wait, or how would you say that? Like,
Build up the anticipation.
yes, that.
I'm not even paying attention.
that, or you can do what JCPenney does, and they have a huge red tag all year long, and all year long they're keeping you in there on that sell section. But while you're in there, you're also shopping for other things.
Right.
So, like I said, it's all a tool, and you have to learn all these different ways to maneuver and to utilize. What can I do in January that may not work in March? So, if 420 is a very big, pop thing that everybody knows about, you got to use that as a tool.
Correct.
But on November, when sales start going down, then maybe you bring up the word sell again, just to bring customers in.
Right.
When you're sending emails, just so they can click on the link. Because the thing is, like you said, once you start getting invested in something, once you actually click, once you actually go to the store, then while they're in there, they can always fall in love with something else.
Right. And that's the goal. And I remember when I sent my first email campaign, I got a text from somebody that said, "Where's your click to action?"
Call to action.
Or call to action.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, it's supposed to have one of those."
Yeah,
But again, it's just the learning.
Right.
yeah.
My goal was just send it. Como dices tú? Send it.
Send it. Yeah. And I think, people that are selling are not like, oh, you got a discount. You bought from me. Gotcha. They're not trying to
No.
trick you. It's like they're trying to either, like you said, get rid of the inventory,
To bring more new
to bring
inventory.
more new inventory, or, just to get rid of it. But I think a discount shouldn't cut into your profits either.
Definitely not.
So if you're like, oh, this thing cost me $20 and I'm
Selling it for 15.
but you bought it for 17,
Oof.
it's like you're already losing $2 plus all your management inventory space.
You went and picked it up. You had it for 3 months in storage.
Do you guys ever go through like Ross or Marshalls and see like something that costs $10 and you're like, man, I just saw it at Target
I
for
see a
like
little
30.
red tag and I see $4 and I'm like, oh, what is that?
But does that make you question the value of the item? Like
All the time.
if
Yeah.
you see it and you're like, why is it $4? And then it has like the supermarket other sticker and it says $50. Like I saw a shirt, it was a Nike shirt. I was like $50, and then he's like, no, look for the tag. I was with my suegro, and then I saw the TJ Maxx and it was like $6. I was like,
And here's the crazy part.
still making profit.
No, here's the crazy part. We're aware of this. We're aware that branding can cost this piece of cotton to cost either $10 or $200. But we'll still do it.
What's the
And then we'll see this piece of cotton for $80 with a $200 branding, and you're like, that's a steal.
Got him.
Yeah. So it's all psychological, and it's all I think, especially like in clothes, shoes, jewelry, it's all a status thing too. So
Definitely.
if you can jump into that status at a discounted price, why not do it?
Right.
Right.
Dang.
So
Cheat code.
get
That's the
into
cheat
to
code.
fit in.
A lot of people do that, going to thrift stores
Yep.
and getting all those fancy clothes, but I mean they bought them really cheap. But it's nice clothes, and like they have like finds, they have good finds and things
Yeah.
like that. I mean they do it at cars too, like barn finds and
Yeah.
Let's
like
go to
that.
the outlets.
So just a reminder that everything is a tool. Like, just because I don't like to wear off-white or let's say a Rolex, doesn't mean that you don't have to. Let's say we were talking about this last week about being in real estate, and it's almost expected. It's almost expected for you to, dress nice, drive a nice vehicle. People take you a little bit more serious. So if you're getting started, why not go to that thrift store and find that nice blazer that fits you real nice? Go and maybe at a pawn shop and get that Rolex that usually costs $8,000 for 3. Because now you're jumping into that status where you're selling $500,000 homes, but you kind of cheat coded your way in there.
So you gotta fake it till you make it type thing.
You got to use the tools that are disposable to your advantage, is what I would say.
I like that.
right.
It's a lot
Agree.
better. It's a lot better.
Yeah.
See, I take my girl, I buy her Lululemon, but the only place I buy them is at La Pulga.
Ooh.
They
Hey,
sell it there?
yeah, they do. Heck
¿Y
yeah.
tú cómo
But I'm not
sabes?
disclosing that location.
Ooh, he's like, but yeah, but I mean, but I think that's the
That's our audience right there. We
That's
have
our
a,
aud-
we
we
have
have-
an audience.
we have an
a
audience.
live audience on the show, and they're able to comment. And they're able to say things whenever we have awkward silent moments.
they're able to jump in there and make it. But yeah, I mean, thrift stores is where it's at. I like to go to the outlets, and like, I mean, like you said,
Thrift is different from the outlets.
well,
There's
but it's
levels, right? Like, what are the levels? Explain to me. The lower ones.
The lower ones, you've never been there.
Garage sales.
Well, I wouldn't say
Garage sales.
they're
is at the-
lower.
at the
garage sales
bottom.
is the lowest of the lowest.
Talking about price. 25
Price?
cents, 10 cents.
Yes.
And then you have your thrift stores.
Oh my god. Yeah, I got a funny
$1,
comment to
$2. And then what?
Thrift stores,
La
and
Pulga?
then you have higher end thrift stores
Oh, yeah.
Those are
like Plato's Closet,
right.
and
Sam
then
Room Center. You
Yeah.
think that rent is cheap?
no sir,
Yeah.
and then Pulga. I think Pulga and garage sales are the same.
Right.
No.
Pulga is flea market.
No. So and that's why I had a funny comment.
Tell us.
I went to a garage sale the other day, and I saw this. What is it called? The receiver that I bought for the speakers.
Oh yeah, receiver.
It's
Amp receiver.
It's an amp receiver, and on the average price for one of those is I don't know $200-300. On sale, you would find it for 150. I saw it for $50, and I was like, "This guy's he's trying to steal from me." It's a garage sale. So like the psychology
Right.
went into that. It's like I was already getting it for a great price, but I was like, "Come on, man, we're at a garage sale. You can do 25."
That's
Right.
fine. You can ask for it.
Yeah,
It's
so
negotiation.
That's where you can
Yeah.
negotiate. Can you negotiate in thrift stores?
I think so. Yeah.
Don't
yeah,
think so.
you
Not
should.
not a.
This guy's too
Please
good
leave
for
it
a
in the
thrift
comments
store.
because
Yeah.
I'm
You
ready to
should.
do it.
You'd be like, hey, I take 2 for this,
I
Yeah.
think some thrift stores, but some that are more established.
but not retail. Retail, can you? Like,
No,
hey man.
retail. Well, so
What if I
this is
go into
this is
your
what
store?
this is what I do in retail,
Oh,
and
I think
Jimena
they can.
Jimena hates that
but
I
they
do
just
this.
don't have. They don't have the authority. 'Cause
Mm.
You go to. I'll let you finish. You go to a thrift store and you're like, hey man, this ticket said this. Oh, don't worry about it. We'll fix it.
Oh yeah.
What's the difference than doing
So-
that than saying like, hey man, can you take this for 2 for 20?
So you can. So I do it all the time, right? So I did it yesterday while I was doing my oil change, right? I had a coupon and I knew it was expired, and I was like, hold on, I think I have a
This guy
coupon.
just try to cheat the system.
And then he's like, oh, you have a coupon? Don't worry about it. I got you. 15% off your
See,
oil
I told
change.
you.
But here's
Oh.
the thing: they run that coupon all year long.
Right.
Correct. So
It's like the Hobby Lobby,
and,
40%
and
off.
this is what I'm saying. This is where I already understand the value of my oil change.
Harbor Freight.
free tools.
So I understand that the how much my oil change costs. So I do it all the time because I know I shouldn't be paying $125 for my oil change. I should be paying like $95. Maybe not even that, but I'm like, hey, this, and then I do it at Ross, Marshalls, and be like, hey, they're like, you have any coupons? And I was like, does it count? Do you have to be an employee to get an employee discount? And they're like, I'll give you 10%. And I'm like, God.
Jesus Christ.
You know, things
So
like
he
that.
has the scripts, right? Of like, this one works here, this one works here, this one works here.
And
It's a spreadsheet.
I'll be able to sell it to you for $19.99.
And there will be haters that say like, "How dare you?" But I've
well,
always
there's
said,
couponing too.
Yeah.
A lot of ladies and
Oh,
men,
that's
they do
respect for the
couponing.
people that do couponing, because I try to do it because I've jumped on almost every side hustle that's come out, and that thing is it is
this
like,
lady in front of me
They sell
just
you
last
a
week
coupon book.
got all of the things that she had in her cart for free plus $5 back. I don't know how that works.
You go in there, you get a bunch of stuff, and you walk out with money.
She bought toothpaste, mouthwash,
Yeah.
and some chocolates.
There's a coupon
Yeah,
book
there's-
that they can sell to you.
She got $5
there's
back.
coupons and the newspaper still online, price match, and then I mean I'm sure you guys do price match on some of these stores. It's the same thing you're doing. The
Right.
store's buying it for $100 and they're selling it for
Right.
$200, and online, even with my store, some stuff, they'll be like, hey, online it's this much. I'm like, well, you can go ahead and order and wait 3 days. It's cool. I'm cool with
Your addiction's not gonna wait.
yeah. So, and that's why some of these stores do price match, right? Because they want to make that sale,
Right.
and they're still gonna make some money off of that. They're not making their full money. but
Yeah,
they don't
like
wanna
Best
lose that
Buy,
sale.
Amazon, Walmart, all those technology stores. Like
You have
they're
to.
all pretty much the same price, except like there's a couple dollars off here and there for shipping.
So that, and not to mention that online, at least for, in my line of business, if I buy a camera from Best Buy, it's $3,000. But if I buy it online, it's $3,000 plus I get an SD card and a tripod and a backpack. And so where are you going to go? Are you going to go with just the
Depends,
camera or
right?
just
Depends
the...
how much your need is.
How
You
much
can
that-
wait.
And
Yeah.
if you want to shop local,
I think it's what you just said. If you can wait, some people can't wait. They want to walk out with it, right? You don't feel that satisfaction. I paid for it. Here's my credit card. You took the money from me, and I don't have nothing in my
now I
hands.
got to wait 1 day for Amazon to ship it to me.
Sometimes 3 days still.
Sometimes.
If it's not Amazon, if it's some
Yeah.
of these other ones, and I think that's why I know I just popped in my head. A lot of times when people swipe their card, it's a lot easier because they don't feel like they made the full
Right.
transaction thing. Sorry,
Bro.
it just popped in my.
Yeah, Dave
And when-
Ramsey says that when you swipe, you don't remember.
I just have my card ready
Oh,
at all
yeah.
times, and I
Tick,
just tap. I have
You
my
don't-
wallet here. I don't even take the card out anymore.
And you don't think about it, right?
Nothing.
But if
It's
it
not
was a
even
cash,
number. Yeah.
if it was a cash, like sometimes they say you give $100 and then they give you
Oh, yeah.
$17 back. You're like, I got my product and I got like
It feels
mentally,
weird
I
paying
got
with cash.
I got some money
like
back.
I have a bunch of cash now, and I'm like, oh, what do I? It's like,
What do you mean you have a bunch of cash now?
don't worry about it. And then I'm like over here,
Solo
scruffling
se
through
echó.
dollars. It's just cash, bro. Just
Like,
cash.
what am I gonna do with this now?
It's just cash.
Throw it into the wheelbarrow and just
Just
go dump another one.
In
But
the
see,
pit.
so I've been learning like the cash thing. I think has to stay because you start losing the value.
But there's, that's one thing.
Oh,
there's
we're going there.
there's places that are not taking cash anymore.
Who?
Everybody.
Who's everybody?
A lot of big cities are not taking cash anymore.
Like,
Dallas, Houston.
I haven't heard anything about that.
yeah, I haven't
Uh-huh.
heard nothing about that.
Have you?
Can we double check that, Jamie?
0 places have been confirmed to do that.
They're
But we're
minimizing.
gonna
Hey,
fight it to the death.
Ask
If
the
they say
audience.
cashless, you're minimizing the risk of getting like robbed or whatever too.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
But
But-
where's the fun in
But
that?
but that's more, I think, like not the places that we probably shop here. The average in between all of us are still accepting cash. Wow.
No,
That-
but that's what it is. People are not accepting cash because
I have not yet gone to a place that doesn't accept cash. Well, I will say, when I go to actually maybe the Dallas hotel next to the Big Ball, They
Yeah.
don't accept cash at all.
Four
Which-
Seasons.
which
When you
makes
stayed
me
at the Four Seasons.
Yeah, which makes me mad because I carry cash. So it's like
Right.
that.
Exactly.
But besides that,
So you guys know if you
besides
guys need cash.
besides that, anywhere else
I
I
have
go,
like $20.
como dice,
But,
how does that thing say? I forgot.
Don't
Anyway,
want any more problems.
no.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know where the
Where
point
we're
is,
going.
but people are not taking cash anymore.
And
Businesses are not
They
taking
are.
cash.
They are taking cash.
With the, it's
Well, yesterday
are
we
you-
learned
hold on.
about
Are you
money
taking
laundering.
cash?
no.
You don't take cash. If a customer says, "Here's your brand. Here's your
No,
fee,"
it has to be invoiced.
You
It
tell them
has
no?
to be
The
everything
IRS
legit.
is watching.
No.
Everything has to go through an invoice, and it's gotta have a
That's
SKU
it.
number to
Yep.
get back to.
Exactly.
You can still do that with cash. Still give them an invoice. Still track it. You gotta deposit into your bank account.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, so you do take cash.
Yeah.
Everybody takes cash.
Everybody.
You have to. You can't lose that flow. I know that.
What happens if you lose it?
Something happened to the audio again.
Oh. By the way, thanks. Around because something better with your life.
Dang.
Wow. But
Check it.
Check is going in and out of audio.
It says something's happened to the audio again. Sounds robotic.
Who is it that just commented that? Oh, thank you, Jesse. All right, we're back.
and we're back. So I think what I mean by we're losing that is
Go ahead. Run.
we're losing that because so I read this thing right, and I haven't looked too much into it right, but it's the same thing right. If I go spend $100 and I swipe my card, the business owner now has to pay that 3%, right? So the business owner is going to get, let's just say, $97 deposited into their account, right? So that $3 gets lost in the system, right? So after you keep doing that continuously, that money is no longer staying here. It's starting to fade to the big Visa monsters and all these guys starting to get that money, right? So once you keep it cash, once you help the local business, the money stays here. The coffee shops and everybody's gonna go deposit that money into the bank,
So you mean
right? And that money stays.
you mean to tell me digital money is disappearing? The thing that was never there just keeps disappearing?
It's not disappearing. It's just making. Oh, I don't want to say that
So-
comment. I got to change that comment.
Say it. I want to learn.
It's
I am an ignorant.
The business owner is paying transaction fees to the big credit card companies.
exactly
So at some point, $100 is no bucks.
correct. If it
Once
keeps,
it gets 3% deductions all the way to zero,
correct.
then
Well, it's not zero, right? I mean zero within the local community. So in Conroe, we keep doing that. Visa, wherever they're at, or all these people, that money's going out, right? So it's not really staying here. Because now I have $97 as a business because they took $3 off, right? And then from there, I got to pay my stuff. But if I use my debit card now to go buy my supplies, then now those people are paying that 3%.
so how are we keeping the economy afloat?
We
Just by
paying
cash? New level unlocked.
New level unlocked.
Don't look at me. I'm not arguing.
He's
So-
like, I'm floating through this. But
Okay.
I think the main thing is now is offering all. So we offer everything. We even take Bitcoin at the store.
Do you guys offer a discount for cash?
You pay price for cash.
What do you mean?
You pay the price that's on the sticker for cash.
Versus
Taxes. You said you pay the price that's on the ticket.
do you still pay taxes on that?
Right. So if this is $10,
Then you pay.
you're gonna pay
$10
$10.80.
cash.
You're gonna pay $10.81
Oh,
cash.
that's not the tax. That's not the price.
Yeah, I
of
don't
the
know
ticket.
what that means now.
So then if you don't, then you're paying the $10.81 plus the 3% for using your debit card. So you're paying.
Oh, that's illegal.
It's
That
not
is
illegal.
illegal.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Yeah, you can't charge
On
you
top
can't-
of, you have to
yeah.
add it to the price and then just
Mm.
charge taxes, right?
Right.
No, sir. And this is confirmed
Look it
by.
up. Look it up. You cannot charge your transaction fees on the client or on
Yes.
the person.
I just did it on my
If the
story.
IRS is watching,
Wait,
just
where do we go eat and we pay that percent? Where do we
Right.
go eat?
That's
normally?
illegal.
That's not illegal.
You
Or else
can't
they
do that.
I don't fight it wherever I go
Oh,
yeah,
places.
it's
I
just-
go get my haircut place, and the lady, I see her in front of me doing it. She's like,
I
"Are you
just-
gonna pay cash or are you gonna?"
Just take it off the tip.
Yeah,
Well, Specs does it.
Specs does it.
Yeah.
You pay cash, you pay the whatever, and if it's
exactly. It's
credit card, then they'll hit you.
the illegal part is in between. Like if it's PIN, then you don't. But if it's PIN, also the business gets charged a lower percentage for that. So they pay 1.5% on that credit card sale compared to the 3 if you use credit or if you swipe or if the debit goes as credit.
So what you're saying is it's completely legal to charge on top of the price that you have right there.
Yes,
Your fees.
completely legal. And Visa, but
You forgot the I.
And hypothetically speaking, I mean, this is all hypothetically speaking, just in case the
We have no
IRS is watching.
businesses.
Yeah.
but
They
and
don't
I
have to watch. The
and I-
algorithm sends them.
I confirm it
words.
right because there's a new guy that's trying to get into one of the businesses, and he came. He's like, "Hey, we can give you the cash option, but it's on." And he confirmed it for me. He's like, "Do you do it?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "You don't do it on PIN." I was like, "Yeah, we don't do it on PIN, but on PIN, the machine will automatically give you that option into your debit card. So when you go to the gas station and you put it in, if you put your PIN, you don't.
charge
If
them
you
less?
notice, you don't get charged the full credit card fee when you pump gas. You guys have a
Never
lot of
noticed
money,
that.
so you guys don't notice stuff like that. But and he confirmed, he's like, yeah, so if you want to choose, we can give you the cash. It's called the cash option.
Oh, well, I don't have that. I have Stripe where I send him my invoice,
yeah.
and then I can't charge him 2.9% on top of what I already charged him.
You can't because your system's not set up that way.
Right, that's
But you
that's
could.
illegal.
It's not illegal.
Yeah, that's why
There's a
I don't do it.
workaround. We all know that.
And you guys will see it in my story, and I put it on there. But what makes it legal is it has to be placed. And if you go into my store, there's a big old sticker that says, if you pay cash, you'll pay what's on the ticket plus the taxes, and then if not, you pay the 3%.
So that makes no
Plus my
sense
fee,
then.
Plus my lunch.
That
plus
makes
my
that makes no sense then, because if you're saying that $100, 3% of that gets lost to Visa, but you're already charging that 3% on top of your actual price, then how is that being lost to you?
merchant account surcharge.
All right, we are being corrected in real time.
So
Okay.
it's legal.
What do the comments say? Somebody just read it out loud because there's a lot of silence.
There's it's a .com somewhere. It says that you can business can charge for using a credit card.
Correct.
The surcharge may only be imposed upon credit cards,
Not
not
on debit.
debit cards or prepaid cards.
And how many people pay with a credit card?
Right, nobody.
It's better.
Nobody.
It's better to use a credit card because you get the points and
Oh, yeah.
debit.
It almost sounds like there's a system that kind of helps itself work itself,
Right.
and a lot of us are just not
Correct.
used
So
to it.
so just to be confirmed, you can
I
on credit
can't.
cards. You can't because you choose not to.
So all your customers, we're just not gonna get into that. All right,
So and then these systems, because we're probably gonna use it at the other store. This system, when you put your card and if it gives you the option to put your PIN, now you can push X, and you don't put PIN, which now you're giving permission run my card as a credit card. And
3%.
then you're gonna be paid the fee. But if you put your PIN, it's gonna take off just what it's supposed to take off because you're no longer paying that.
debit card.
I'm gonna round it up. and charge
Because
them.
debit, I mean that's what debit is, right? It's money that you actually have in your bank account that's not going to get transferred over. And I mean we can it gets deep, right? Like credit, how the bank system works, but
How does it work?
I'd have no idea.
and that's why there's some things that you
I'm just a
can't.
pizza pusher.
That's why you can't. Like when the bond guy was here, you can't. Some bonds don't take credit cards when you
Right.
bond somebody out for the same reason.
Bounce.
It can bounce. So it's almost. But if you use your debit card to bond somebody out, they get the money. So let this person out. So this is just staying aligned with all the guests that we've had and just listening and learning and understanding.
Should have been here for all of them.
Yeah, you should have been here, Luis. But,
That's cool. So
Okay, thank you for educating us, Ray.
No,
that makes a lot
well,
of
see,
sense.
but this is important because, for instance, we have some people that run their businesses, they're small businesses that do
Right.
Cash App, Zelle, or they have little Square app and they're swiping, right? And they don't understand. Sometimes you get into this hole and you're like, I'm making money, but I'm really not. Where is it going? And if you look at some of these Square, it tells you the fee that it charges you. But if you look into your invoice and your thing from Square, it tells you, oh, look, we also charge you like 0.01%, an extra $6 here. And you're like, what? Well, I mean, maybe you don't notice, but if it starts to pile up and your sales start to grow and you're like, I'm doing my math, what it cost me to make in my hours, my time, and I'm making my money back, but I'm not making the $12 profits that I'm making 10. So why, so it's,
so if people are making like $80,000 a month like you, they need to watch the 0.02%.
anybody should watch it. Especially not making big sales, especially if you're doing smaller sales, because sometimes
Bigger percentage.
correct the convenience, they think like, oh yeah, just Zelle me, or not Zelle, yeah, I have Square, or I have
Of Stripe.
Stripe, or I
Yeah.
have these, and that
They're charging you 5%.
Yeah.
correct, and the smaller business owners are like, oh okay, but then like I started to realize as my sales started to grow, I'm like, my numbers
So
aren't adding up.
how would I do it? Because I send an invoice for Stripe, and let's say it's $1,000, so that's like $40 of
You
fees.
charge them a processing fee.
Right, but I can't.
You can. I mean, now maybe you need to talk to Stripe and be like, hey, do you guys offer this, or how is
I
it?
mean, I can put it there. Hey, processing fee,
we on?
check.
We are not giving financial advice for anybody
Right.
that's watching.
That should be the first thing you should.
Yeah, and
I say
also
you
I am
follow
not
us
liable
to the T.
for any of
You
the
know,
information
if you want to
that
send
is.
us your money, and we'll watch it for you, and we'll
I'm in no way, shape, or form
associate.
associated with these individuals. And if the IRS is watching, just
love you
want to
guys.
say
You
hi
don't
to
exist.
my mom. And I'm not even really here. This is a hologram.
right.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. But this is, I don't know. To me, it's very important to understand that as small business owners, because I feel like I didn't understand this stuff my first 2
Are you
years.
trying to make money or something?
No, my first
you
2
just-
years of business, there's money that's lost, and if you're doing this to provide for your family and grow your business, and then you need to understand where your money's really going and what fees you're paying. Because, when you go to some of these banks and they're like, oh, we'll give you processing, we'll give you the card swiper, we'll give you all that.
Yeah.
Go,
They'll
Here
give
you
you
go.
everything, but I mean, there's a
yeah, oh, it's
ton of
free.
fees.
It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's easier for your customers. They tap, you don't even worry about it. And then little by little, they're just like milking you.
Dude, you should have seen the time that I won a trip to Jamaica. That didn't go well.
Can
You
you?
gotta pay the taxes for those.
Yeah, it was not a trip. They took my money. Said you won a free trip and an iPad.
And you're like,
Didn't happen.
no iPad, no trip.
Nope.
dang it, boy.
What happened?
It just cost you that much.
And
And then even like with some of these bigger business, and when I mean bigger, I mean these are businesses that are making more than $1 million or 2-3 million that I deal with for the store. They'll even tell me, hey, if you Zelle us, you don't pay the processing fee.
Right.
If you, if you want to mail us a check, we have a good
I have to look
relationship.
into that, because out of all my accounts, all my clients might have like 10 processing stuff a year,
Mhm.
10 tickets that I process.
And that's, I mean, that's money. If you truly are trying to grow your business and scale, you need to figure out where these numbers are going.
just gotta be happy, dude. Just it's Good Friday. Family's healthy. We're here. We're all having fun.
That's Monday's podcast. Today's business.
You're gonna sit down, you're gonna lay down and think about processing fees
Yeah.
before you go to sleep.
But
Yeah, so it's either processing fee, interest, inflation. Your stocks are going down.
Or you can do something as simple as what
Your sales are going down. Your profits are going down. Inventory's going down.
what's his name? Theo?
Numbers are
What's-
on red.
What he does, you just get in the habit of every year your prices just go up,
Right.
and then you get your clients used to it. It's like there's no questions asked anymore because that's what we've been doing for the past 5 years.
correct. But
Maybe.
also keeping that quality of items and things at that level.
Yeah, because then at that point, why would anybody do business with you if
Right.
prices keep increasing and quality keeps decreasing?
Correct. But it's just to understand
Right.
that. I mean, and at the end of the day, it's all just part of business. It's just a numbers game. It's what life is. Is it
I
not?
agree.
It's like your electricity bill.
Oh, that thing keeps going up and up and up.
And if you
up.
look at it, there's a fee for a fee, and then there's like a just because fee, and then there's like we added another fee because we were bored, and then there's like 10 fees that you're paying. When your light is like $100 and
Do
you
you
pay.
fight that too, or what?
Yes.
What do you do?
So
Please tell us.
so what
The
Jimenez,
viewers?
so what Jimenez, what we did is we called the energy and we're like, hey, we're increasing this, we're seeing this part, and they're like, oh, it must be, and then they explained to us because this, they gave us this whole show, and I was like, okay, well, this isn't right. Like we turn off everything. This shouldn't be like this. They sent somebody to check the meter, and they're like, oh yeah, your meter was a little off. It wasn't reading precisely. And then they came, they checked it, and then the bill went down. And then there's another like no sé qué, because they bill you like they expect you to use 100. I don't know what the proper word is.
Kilowatts.
Kilowatts.
per-
Right, and if you use 80, well, they pre-build you for 100.
Oh yeah.
Because they
Sometimes
assume-
it's March and I'm getting like April's,
right?
no, June's bill.
Right,
Like, what's going on here?
right. So they preset you, and they're like, you're expected in your area to use 100 kilowatts. Well, we're using less. Oh, okay. Well, we'll adjust it to make sure we pre-build you for 80.
That's
so,
why I use more.
So if you use more, they'll charge you the difference. But
Oh,
if you
dang
use
it.
less, then
They'll keep it.
right,
So I just average it out.
correct. But it's understanding that. So again, it's just being informed and like not being
How
scared.
much is that gonna save you?
I mean, she was paying like 420. It's down to like 300.
420 guys is
298.
just non-stop marketing
Hey.
all year round.
$30,
It's
and
like-
how long did the call take you?
No, it was more. She's paying. It was almost like $80 less.
$80.
80
Yeah, that's a
bucks
good
times
call.
12.
Yeah.
Our
It
electric
adds
bill is
up.
$40.
What?
Yeah, my house, and we're probably gonna call again because now it seems like it went up again. This was last year when we called.
Yeah. Insurance, HOA.
I even had an electrician come in,
internet.
and I was like, "Hey, can you make sure the wiring looks
Everybody's
good?"
trying to just leech
What
off
if you
of you
just
and
work
take
a little
away.
bit harder?
Hmm?
How many more hours? How
Exa-
many more negotiations? How many more sales you have to do?
So it's either take the time and call all
Or you
17
can do-
places.
or you can do both.
Exactly. Why not do both?
Or you can increase your profits and decrease your costs,
Exactly.
your margins.
It's a win-win.
Isn't that how
Win.
you're supposed
Increase
to do
your
it?
margins. Increase your margins at all costs.
Reduce cost of living. I used to hate. Okay, so this is not a blow on anybody, but at the
But a
dealership,
blow.
at the dealership, there was this person that would say, just don't go out to eat twice a month, and you can afford this vehicle. That was, for me personally, that was the worst thing to hear anybody tell another human being. It's like, just don't go out twice.
Or at the gym, they'll be like, try to close you, and they'll be like, how much do you pay for rent? And they'll write it out. And how much do you make? They'll do a budget for you,
Yeah.
and they'll be like, oh, you see here, you have about $20 left over. That could be your gym membership.
And then you're like sold.
Yeah. So, budgeting.
Yeah,
No, I would say, I mean, again, it's just knowing where your money's going at the end of
yeah,
the day.
that's important.
Like you said, it's a slippery slope.
you
You,
don't
stop
have to-
paying attention to one thing.
You don't have to do it every day. It's just understanding what everybody's doing in the industry. So same thing with your cell phone bill. Same thing with your cable.
He's hitting all the trigger points today.
But also, like, you have to, one thing that you have to learn is, like, how long before, like, making a call is going to take you longer
Than
than making money.
That's what I just said, and you said
Right.
do both.
Right, but there's like like Bill Gates is not gonna stop and get $1. Like, he's just gonna walk past it, because if he stops, it takes him.
That's literally what I just said.
Exactly,
That's
exactly. So when is the curve?
It's always the curve. What you said, always do both.
No, like, there's a point where it's like
Then
making those
Correct.
calls.
We-
it's, then
and
it's
it doesn't
specific
take
to
time.
each person.
We talked about it last time when he said if I was the bottleneck, and then I said something about reducing my spending, and then you said, "Oh, here's another save a coffee a day
Yeah.
guy."
Oh yeah, here, save a coffee.
It's save a penny instead of make $1.
Correct. But why not do both?
Right, you
That's what
can.
he just
Yeah.
said. I said
You can do both, but it's like, when does it become?
When does one become more like when? Yeah.
well,
when
it's
does it
it's
become-
That's what he's
specific to
saying.
the person.
Right,
If you're working
exactly.
at McDonald's and you're making $8 an hour, then you do want to make the phone call.
Right,
But if you're working at Stellar making $40 an hour,
right.
and it's gonna
50.
take you an hour just to wait to get somebody to answer the phone for you,
Right.
then it's not worth it
Yeah,
anymore.
But what if I pay somebody $10 an hour to make the phone call
See,
for
now
me?
you're leveraging your
You're
what
scaling.
you can do. Yeah.
Now you can scale because you have that mindset of like pay this
He just
person
gave me a compliment.
Yeah.
$8.
We know you're not gonna do it, but
yeah,
I am.
you're gonna sit there for 2 hours to save $3.
Well, I mean, never mind. I was gonna say I multitask, but I learned you really don't multitask.
you don't. You can
Yeah.
only just focus on one thing at a time.
So I have it on speaker, and then I'm still like talking on Signal while I'm.
Yep.
But anyway, so in your industry, what is the definition of discount? Is what he asked.
Like I said, it's going back to that same mentality of when do you decide to do one thing over another? It's where's your business, and I guess the definition would be different, like for different people. Some businesses just don't do discounts, and that's okay. I don't know necessarily how to answer like what the definition is.
It's a reduced rate on the retail price, no?
Yeah, but I mean that's just like the actual definition for it. Like in my industry, what does it mean? It just means the same all the way across the board, I guess. But I guess when should you do it? It just depends on where you're at on your, as a business, or how you want to position yourself on whatever. How do you want your clients to perceive you? Do you
Who your
want to
market
be the
is.
guy that people are just waiting 5 times a year, like the customers, like the
Every holiday, you
Like-
wait for the holiday to.
yeah, like, oh yeah, I want to get pictures, so I'm just gonna wait for Mother's Day to get my pictures taken from Giovanni. Versus this week just is nice outside, and I would like to get pictures, so I know I'm gonna call this person because their prices are just this all year round.
Right.
So I don't know. It all depends. I don't have that kind of like you where my inventory gets outdated.
Mm-hmm.
It's just seasons. I know there's a certain wedding season, and if I take on smaller jobs, then that's on me. If I take a Saturday and I book 2 minis for $150, and now I'm working 1 hour on my Saturday, but I missed out on this wedding that could have potentially made me, a lot more, then that's my loss. So I
Right.
have to be conscious of that. I have to take all those things into consideration. And that's kind of like what you were talking about earlier, like about this weekend's wedding. If it gets canceled, then we'll reschedule. But then they kind of have to work with me now too, because I already charged the retainer. And if they don't want to lose that, then they have to see when it fits in my schedule again for, because I'm not going to change another booking that I have just because this happened for them.
Right.
Cool.
Do you do discounts? Oh, you do
No,
packages.
yeah,
you
I
do packages.
Yeah.
Which
Like
is-
if you do branding and web, it's one. It's like
Gotcha.
yeah.
Well, I guess I do that too, packages. Because if
Yeah,
you do
packages.
just photo, is one price. If you do video, it's another price. But if you do photo and video, then it is lower than if you add both of
Mhm.
them together.
I like that.
Yeah.
Do you guys continue to educate and learn and stay in the newer things that are coming out? I think we posted this AI that now does all the editing for you. Like, you guys get into all this. Is it mandatory in your lines of work, or you, Giovanni?
It's never mandatory. I know this guy that's been doing photography the same way for 30 years.
Yeah.
And he says he has 30 years experience.
Right.
He's been doing the same thing for 30 years.
I guess that's his niche. It works. What it works for him.
If it works, it works. That's all I say.
Yeah, I
There
think
you
with
go.
new technologies, there's new industries, and they don't necessarily knock down previous industries.
That you can build
Right upon.
So one
Yeah.
thing that Adobe does do a lot of is, and that's one of the reasons why I keep paying, like a lot of people complain about Photoshop and Lightroom. You have to pay like a monthly fee. The reason why I keep paying for their whole suite is because they keep updating, they have software updates all the time, and they keep building upon the great technology that they already have. So it makes my job a lot easier. If I can figure out a workflow to cut down on my time from 3 hours to 2 hours, then I don't necessarily have to charge more money to be making more money per hour.
I like that.
They've
Yeah.
been introducing AI for like the past year and a half into like Lightroom, with Photoshop. It's called the Genie. They used to call it that. Now there's just whatever.
Some
but
of the neural filters are really nice.
neural filters,
I used one yesterday.
they
Where
can
it takes the background and it like wraps around the lighting of the subject. And like for that, I would have had to spend like 2 or 3 hours doing my own, lighting and masking. Where this is just like 2 buttons and I'm done.
you can choose the point of focus in the front and in the back, and it'll automatically blur according to whatever
Pick.
focal length you would want, f-stop.
Yeah,
it
I think
can-
these tools they cut down on production time.
Yep.
But it doesn't create the creative process.
Right.
Yeah, so that is very important. It's now it's getting crazy because with Chat GPT and
AI.
Mid-Journey, you can figure out, you
Those
can
are
come up
really
with
cool.
great ideas that is going to cut down on that creative process for you. And it I like to say it spits out this image of what you prompted it to do. And now you just look, okay, I see this, and then you just replicate the scenery, and it took down the 6 days of planning pre-production to just a few
Right.
hours. So you can choose to not learn if you want to.
But
If you
then
want to
it'll-
keep doing,
Right.
But then it'll cost you maybe time.
A
And
lot of time.
Time is not
Mhm.
is what we're not getting back.
yeah,
But there's a difference too between Mid-Journey and doing it by hand, composing by hand. Mid-Journey doesn't have the human element of like you're clipping a mask and you mess up a little bit, or you're creating something different. It's gonna make it to where it's like you can see that it's AI.
right. But what I'm saying is, Mid-Journey can give you the idea,
Right.
and then you just replicate it. If
You
you
can do
want
that
to, you
too.
can get your
Mhm.
studio and set up.
How would this look like
Yep.
if you were to do it in real life?
It's so detailed now.
It's
The
so
pores, you can
crazy.
see where the light fall off is at. You can see where you
It's
would
even
need
better
to put
than
your-
real life.
Yep.
Because like, did you see those Donald Trump
Mhm,
pictures
mhm.
that I sent? It's like Donald Trump arrested, and they used like the Mid-Journey prompts. Looks cinematic.
couldn't
It
say
looked
that.
like a Dark Knight movie.
Yeah.
And then it came out where he did get arrested in real life, and it was a crappy 8-bit long shot of
Yeah,
it's
it's a
like-
screenshot of somebody's
Right.
HD recording.
Right, right. And I think that comes into part what we were saying earlier, where somebody would say, I don't want to spend the fee monthly to pay for this. Right. So it's like spend that, and now you have more time to make more money instead of spending more time editing or trying to
Right.
do it yourself manually to
Mhm.
try to save
Yeah.
that monthly fee.
And different people are going to be in different places at different times. So if you
Right.
can't do it now, that doesn't
Same with
mean.
equipment, right?
Yeah, now I'm buying stuff that 6 years ago I would have never even dreamt of having.
Lighter, faster.
Yeah, but
Better.
also we have to take into consideration throughout this whole time I've never stopped learning.
Correct.
I kind of learned to utilize these tools that have cut down my time. Kind of like getting into the workflow where like now by the time I'm done shooting your pictures, they're done being edited and I can export them to you via AirDrop now.
So it no
That's
longer
cool.
takes 8 months,
Yeah, so instead of taking however long they would have taken,
8
now
months.
by the time I'm leaving, you already have your pictures with you.
Oof,
But that's also gonna be
a
a
price.
different price.
Correct,
Yeah.
correct. And I think that's the difference in it. Nice.
So essentially, you want to get to the point where you're charging more and doing less.
Is that the dream?
If
Charging
it's a dream for
more
people.
and doing
That
less
sounds bad.
production, but still having good quality.
Though. Okay.
Yeah, that doesn't mean you're doing
Less quality.
less quality. That doesn't mean you're doing any less. You've done all the work to get to the point where you're
being more
now.
efficient.
Yeah,
Right. It's like this thing that I said where I read it was like the guy charged like $1,000 to make something. And he's like, what? Why so much? And then he's like, I can do it myself. So then the guy goes to buy a saw, buys this, watches time on YouTube to build it, and then he ends up spending way more.
Isn't that what you do?
I'm not a handyman anymore. I used to.
Yeah, I used to do that. Yeah, when I made
That's
a
what
lot.
happened with this table.
Yeah.
Just gotta call you
I was-
guys on it.
That's what happened with this table. I was like, oh man, I'll build it real quick. It took me forever. I had to learn. Paint was weird. The table was falling apart.
One thing I learned real quick is I'm not ordering furniture from Amazon ever again.
Oh yeah, it's still there.
It's still there in 1,000 pieces.
Yeah.
Right, but I think that
This one
it's-
came out good though.
But it's your time. Appreciate it. But yeah, and then Luis pointed out the bad parts right away. You know how he is.
Oh, but I do have to say, leaving profit aside, I think, if you enjoy doing things, I know Luis enjoys working on his car and he can pay somebody to do it, but it's not the same satisfaction as him actually rethreading each thing by hand, doing all that work himself. So just for the viewers,
Yeah, hobbies are not for
hobbies,
profit.
yeah, you can just do whatever you want to do, and
It doesn't matter
doesn't
how
matter
much it costs.
or what people tell you.
Right.
Hobbies are gonna juice you. They're gonna take it all away.
Yeah.
But that's why it's a hobby.
Right. Because it's part of like where you want to pour your money into.
Everything's not about money, guys. I'm
It's
not
not.
affiliated with these guys and their mentality.
That's why you don't work. That's why you don't work.
No, everybody works.
Everybody works.
Everybody
You
works
don't work,
because
you don't
everybody
eat.
has to eat. Everybody has to,
But you don't have to work to eat. The government will give you the food.
That's
Oh,
true.
man.
Food stamps.
where are they at?
Just
I mean,
go apply.
You can go. You don't. Yeah, you can go anywhere and they'll feed you.
They'll feed you.
Salvation Army.
I've been doing this wrong my whole life.
They'll clothe you. They'll help you with your bills.
Yeah.
They'll do all that.
Yeah, I'm down for that. Will they still allow me to take photos and charge for that?
You have to make a certain amount
Yeah.
under.
That just reminds me of the Simpsons episode where Homer finds out that the government will pay him, and he can work from home if he gets really fat, and he has to be disabled, and then he's so excited to gain weight and get really fat. Yeah,
You can't say the fat word.
You can't say the F word or the G word.
You
or
said
the,
Trump earlier, so now we're
And we
really
said
screwed.
the D
the
word.
T word, the D word, the A word, the L, G word, the B
Oh,
word.
don't
Whoa,
no.
whoa, whoa.
Stop putting letters
Together,
in the,
yeah. Don't put letters together. All right, guys. So this is good, man. I'm learned a lot from you guys. This is very interesting.
What did you learn?
The AI stuff and the software and
Oh,
all
yeah.
that.
You can do that.
How that
You
all
can do
that's
that,
going.
yeah.
Well, see, I
You don't
saw
even
one.
hire
And,
Jimmy anymore.
see, I told Jimmy too. His name's not Jimmy. His name's Jaime.
Okay.
And no, not him. Another
The
one.
real
Oh.
Jimmy.
The real Jimmy. Jamie.
The real Jaime.
Jaime. So I told him, I was like, hey, I forgot what I told him. I was like, but what? I just saw this thing, and I was like, it's probably BS because it was on my Instagram where it's like, I can buy it and it's like $10 a month, and I tell it make a post about CBD and dogs joints, and it'll just throw a post together. And he's like, oh yeah, I use some of that too. You can use it too if you want. This and that. But I was like, dang, kind of just like, I don't
I'm
need
gonna
you,
give
dog.
you guys little nuggets.
Nuggets. Look, we need like things, so when nuggets come out, like things happen in the screen and people know to pay attention.
Right. We need people to donate our money.
Our money?
I mean, donate to our podcast.
Runway. That's all I'm gonna say. Google it. Runway. It's AI.
There's so many of them, dude. I went in a rabbit hole. I was like 10 of them.
Yeah. So
Run-
Midjourney is definitely the best one, though.
the Runway's a little bit more for video centric.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Midway
Got
is
it.
just
Gen
Midjourney
2,
is just
price
crazy.
plan. Why does the price plan stick out? So
Crazy.
They say the next evolution of Midjourney is gonna be crazy. This is version 5. Version 4, the hands were like this or like this.
body
Just-
parts would be weird. They would like blend into each other.
Yeah, it had like 6 fingers, or it was just
Yeah.
missing stuff. Fingers.
what
were
is
crooked.
Midjourney, just for the people that don't know?
Midjourney is an AI tool to create images. A prompt. You can create anything. you want.
Anything. So we were talking a lot about portraits, but you can tell it to make you like a realistic burger with
Oh, yeah.
ketchup and tomatoes and mustard flying. So that's where it comes in handy
This one?
for.
Yeah.
That scared me.
Mm.
Yeah, they did some
You
of
pull
the
it up on
Pope
there?
that went viral.
Midjourney. Let me see.
You guys pulling it up?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. You go to Showcase. It has everything on there.
Yeah, so there's a real strong debate about that is no longer art, but I think it does have its artistic side to it. You still
Right.
have to prompt it,
It's
but not anymore because now you just tell Chat GPT to do it for you.
create prompts for you.
Yeah.
So there's also one that like you can do ads. Like I can type what to say and it pulls up a person and she speaks whatever I tell it to speak. If I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah.
hey, Ray is the coolest person ever, and she'll like
Yeah.
speak it.
And then you can face swap and put like somebody in there.
You used to
Or-
have to do that in Fiverr. Now you can do it all yourself.
You see that on the Biden? They did one for Biden. I was going around.
There's one for Elon where he's telling everybody to buy this Bitcoin.
It's probably Dogecoin.
Not. But yeah, there's one with Biden, and he's like talking about a girl's fat
Don't
ass.
buy it.
Don't
Don't
buy
ask me how
Doge.
I know.
Don't buy. Are you guys in? Are you in Bitcoin and all that?
We were in 2018, 19 when it came out, but now it's like the
His
worst
face.
investment.
His face says it. Just didn't work.
Let's just say I was real excited for a little bit.
I jumped on the GameStop thing.
Oh yeah,
I made like
It's a month.
$200.
you cashed out.
Yeah.
Not me.
Yeah, I heard. Yeah,
Your
no,
brother
too
was
late.
telling us it was still like semi early.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I bought in like midday. About like 3 p.m. I cashed out. I was like, got it.
Scared money.
Yeah, scared money don't make money.
Yeah, but I learned the best investment that I could do now is in
Yourself.
myself,
Aww.
my business.
Can we get a aw in the audience? Aw.
Aww.
That's the best return I'm gonna get
Yeah,
per year. You know,
but you have
in
to
real
work.
estate. In real estate,
Don't ask me how I know.
yeah, you have to work.
Why do you have to work?
You have to put it to use.
You have to
What-
put in
what's
the
that?
time.
Yeah. There's like a saying, one of those fortune cookies, like of
Team Fortune.
you know, having knowledge is not the same as just to have the knowledge doesn't do you any good if you don't apply it.
Mm.
So if you just read a book and you never take action on any of the things you learn,
I'm funny you say that. I saw something about that where the percentages of people that read all these books and actually do what they read is real low.
so that's another little side hustle that you can come up with. You go to this free seminar, you know, Rich Dad Poor Dad,
Oh,
absolutely free. Yeah, it's free for an hour, and then once they have you there, they sell you a course that is $300, and you're like, you just sat there for an hour and you found out that this guy went from having no money to making $150,000 his first 6 months just by flipping real estate, with no money down. You're
We
like,
went to the
wow,
same one.
I can do this. So you buy the course for $300, and then you start reading it, and you're like, but if that's just Michael, you should see Felipe. Jeez, Felipe is making $1 million every 6 months. You can make that kind of money if you buy this other course for $1,000. And then, but they're also associated with Grant Cardone, and if you want to spend a day with him and find out how to really make that money, then you got to spend $20,000. So everything that's free, kind of like we were talking about earlier, going back to the
It's a tool. It's a
coupons.
strategy.
Yeah. So you just use them to kind of like pull people in,
Right, it's your hook.
and then you just
You can give away free stuff at the beginning. Like
Mhm.
here's a free.
Yeah, I went to the one from the Fubu, the one that made Fubu.
oh yeah, the shark.
Shark Tank. Yeah, I
Yeah.
went to his, and it was like no sé qué, but I think it was $50. And it was like nothing. I was like, oh, they're gonna sell me something. They're gonna sell me something. They're gonna sell me something. I went, hype me up. All right, guys. Well, we'll take a break, and you guys, if you didn't buy the next course, thanks for coming. And I was like, bro, you like led me up, like teased
Oh,
me,
they didn't
and
finish it?
right when they were gonna drop the bomb, these bastards.
It's
And
almost as if they knew that
Yeah.
No.
you would stay.
I didn't stay though.
Oh no,
I didn't. Stay.
you missed it. That's
Well-
why you're not a millionaire.
Yeah, that's why. But I didn't say because it's like you said, like the stuff they were saying. If you do it, there's like go on there, go on the tax websites, look for this, and I was like, probably not gonna do that.
Yeah, so that's
I
the
just
thing.
left.
They give you all that information that can probably help you, but the reality is that a lot of people are not going to do it.
I just saw that. What does that mean, Luis?
Means that I like to F.
This guy's wearing a shirt that says "Dilf."
We gotta bring him on here. Yeah, put the camera on that shirt.
Walk to the camera.
There you go. Come over here.
Over here.
Come over here with us.
We don't have that camera.
Got it.
You cold, buddy?
No, that's normal.
It's normal. That's a normal day.
Yep. So AI, coupons, discounts.
So sum it up for us today. What did we learn today?
So today we learned about discounts, the value of discounts, how to use discounts to your advantage, and it's just a tool. About processing fees that don't let your money slip through the cracks, and work and hustle, and AI stuff.
All right,
And
Giovanni,
I am not affiliated with
and we're not
these
affiliated with
guys,
him either.
and the information that was here could possibly non be factual.
Correct. This
I'm
is-
technically
This is a fiction Is it fiction?
This is a sci-fi podcast.
Sci-fi podcast.
this all was generated by ChatGPT and AI. We are not really here. This is just a
Where can they find you?
figment of
find
your
you, Zuniga?
imagination.
Where can they find you?
Where can they
Nowhere.
find you? Nowhere.
Don't look.
I
for
leave
me.
no digital footprint, but if you really must, I am
Here's
under
my address.
Jova Film. Jova Film everywhere, or they can just search me by my name,
Any promotions going on right now
Giovanni Zuniga.
or coming
Easter.
No, just
up? None.
No
happy
Easter
Friday
stuff?
to everyone.
You're not shooting anything.
If somebody saw this podcast and they bring up this podcast, do they get a promotion or a discount? Or
Yeah, they can be reoccurring clients. I will figure something out. But yeah, nothing right now. This whole month I'm booked, literally every day. I mostly work on weekends.
I thought you said he didn't work.
Would you look at there?
Yeah, and it's all
Hey,
1 hour.
nonprofit.
1 hour a day.
We're working.
it's all nonprofit.
We're all working with nonprofit organizations. And yeah, so if anybody wants anything or they have a question,
Google
just
it.
like these guys, yeah, I'll just ask ChatGPT to answer it for you.
You
but-
guys use it? I use it.
I need to.
Sometimes, not as much as
Not
I
much
probably
as I used
should.
to, yeah.
I'm too scared. Whatever like tells me my trauma. and
That
I'm like-
driving game take up your whole life.
Oh yeah.
All right, guys. Thanks everybody that stopped in today. We're very grateful to have you guys as viewers. Grateful for Giovanni to coming on. You know, we got to book him. You know, months ahead to get on here. So it's real good to have him on.
We'll leave it on the notes to just skip to like 30 minutes in when the audio actually
Yes.
kicked in.
Right.
Good. All right, guys. Thanks everybody who came out. See you guys next time.
Peace.
Oh, the fan.